Business technology is about to hit a breaking point. Maybe you've noticed. Whether you're a medium-sized business, you're trying to scale to your first 7 figures, or you're a founder who's been in this game a long time, and you rely on technology for your operations. But let's face it, who isn't these days? The rules of the game, though, have changed. How to manage your tech stack just got turned upside down. And because the truth is, the reckoning has already begun because of AI. I have seen too many businesses lately. They're smart. They're profitable, but they're quietly drowning in what I call technical debt because they're paying a small fortune for their subscriptions. And their teams are frustrated, processes keep breaking, and what's worse, they're trying to solve their problem through adding more tech and more complexity. But the fact is, they're just making the problem worse. I mean, I just recently had a consultation with someone who wanted to build an AI agent so that they could move data from their emails into their CRM. A totally logical problem that I've seen 100 times. And they came to me ready to spend some serious cash on building an AI agent. Here's what really happened. They said, hey, we want to go down the street to get some ice cream. And I said, okay, cool. Let's just take a Prius. It's easy, low maintenance, and we can get there no problem. And they said, no, we want to build a monster truck to get there. Now, I easily could have just taken their money and built them an expensive AI agent that they didn't need. But I have a decade of experience watching businesses make this exact same mistake. And that's choosing shiny object syndrome over finding the right solution to the problem. And this is how technical debt starts. It's not from malice. It's not even from ignorance. It's actually from the belief that new is better and that complex equals more valuable, especially in business. That business is actually going to end up spending 5 to 10 times more than they needed to because they're not just going to spend it in dollars. They're going to spend it in time and manpower. Because here's the thing, to get an AI agent working properly, you need massive amounts of documentation. You need SOPs. You need processes out of people's heads and onto paper. But the problem is they had zero documentation. So not only are they going to pay 10 times for the solution, they're going to spend 20 times that training this AI agent to work properly. And assuming that they do it that way, which based on our conversation, I can pretty much assure that they won't. And when it breaks, when their needs change, when they're going to try to scale, then all of a sudden they're going to realize that the shiny object today just became tomorrow's technical debt. I've been working as a technical consultant for almost a decade now. And over those years, I've worked with so many different types of businesses, from governments that contract airplanes to healthcare to real estate to people who do annual Jewish awards. You name it, I've probably built the technical infrastructure for it. But this is what I've learned through all of those experiences. And that is that when it comes to tech and software in business, everyone thinks the exact same thing, that they are going to save a bunch of money and they're not going to pay employees because they're going to have tech do the work for them. But the problem is when you start adding up all of these annual subscription costs, all of a sudden you're actually paying a full-time employee anyway. It's just a tech one. And not to mention, you're going to need to hire someone to manage all the tech that you've built. You're at least paying a part-time employee if it's not a full-time one. So the idea of, okay, we're just going to replace all the humans with tech. Okay, cool. But you're basically paying for a human in that process through paying for all the tech. The same way that having a gym membership doesn't automatically make you fit, having more tech doesn't automatically make you efficient. Because it's always going to be about how you use the tools that counts for the most. Because the same way with the gym, you have to know which equipment to use. You have to know how to use the equipment to get the best results. And more importantly, you have to know, based on your goals, your business goals, your fitness goals, how to actually build a program that gets you to the results that you're after. And the same thing goes for your technical infrastructure, because if just buying the software was enough, then every single business would be efficient, but they're not. So what even is technical debt? It's the hidden costs of quick fixes, redundant tools, and disconnected systems that accumulate over time. It's silently draining your profit margins, and it's frustrating your team and preventing your business from actually scaling. The way I see it is tech debt is sacrificing tomorrow for something shiny today or something a little easier today. But this will inevitably cost your business more in the long run, especially when you scale or if your processes or operations ever change. But what this looks like in your business is it looks like tools that don't talk to each other, and you're manually moving data from one platform to another. You're using workarounds instead of fixing the official system. You're also using the phrase, we'll fix it later. And these are problems that never actually get fixed. And you're buying new tools to solve problems caused by old tools. And here's the dangerous part, because that mentality and strategy compounds the exact same way that financial debt does. The longer you wait, the more expensive it's going to be to fix, and adding more tech, especially AI, on top of that existing debt makes it exponentially worse. Now, I know what you must be thinking. Oh my gosh, Alyssa, how bad is my technical debt? And the fact is that I want to help you figure out that answer. And that's why I built a tech health scorecard. It takes 10 minutes. You answer 25 questions. It's going to give you a score on your current setup, and it's going to tell you exactly where you stand. The link is in the description. Go take the assessment, get your score, but make sure you come back to this video because I'm going to tell you exactly what to do to fix it next. But before we go any further, I need to address something. The word audit has a really bad connotation because everybody just thinks of the IRS. They think of penalties and they think about owing money. But here's the thing. A technical audit is the opposite of a financial audit because instead of you owing money, it's actually looking for where you can save money. A technical audit is a fact-finding mission that's going to tell you where you're paying too much, where you're wasting time with workarounds in your processes, and where your tools overlap, meaning that you're literally paying for the same thing in two different places, where your processes are broken, and how to actually reclaim that profit margin from how much you're spending on annual tech subscriptions. Because a tech audit is not about owing more money, it's about getting money back. Here's what businesses don't realize. Every time you do a workaround, you know that click, that thing you go over there, that way you undo that thing that makes it work, that's actually costing you hundreds of dollars in technical debt every single time you do it. You may be thinking, why is this happening now? Why is tech debt suddenly a massive problem? And I have 2 words for you. AI explosion. I guess technically that's 3 words. But with literally hundreds of new AI platforms coming out every single month, I mean, probably weekly at this point, everyone sees AI as a huge opportunity, and they're not wrong. But here's the deal. You don't need every single piece of AI tech that's coming out. You need the ones that are right for your business. And the problem is right now, business owners are collecting AI tools like they're Pokemon cards, like they've got to catch them all. Every tool you add to your tech stack with the mentality of, let's try this and see what happens. Oh, this looks cool. Let's try this, is tech debt accumulating in real time. I love my AI as much as the next guy, and I use AI in my business every single day. This script, for instance, AI helped me edit it. My meetings, my AI note taker is the MVP. And this is important. AI is not a replacement for strategy. It's not a replacement for expertise. And it's especially not a replacement for actually understanding your business operations. And when you try to use AI to skip steps, when you try to automate before you've documented, when you try to scale before you've systemized, then you're not eliminating technical debt. You're actually compounding it. And that's why understanding your tech health score is actually going to help you understand where you stand and what AI to implement so that you can make a difference in your business. So if you haven't grabbed your score yet, that link is down in the description. It takes 10 minutes and it's going to save you thousands. But let's go back to that consultation I was telling you about at the beginning. The business actually wanted to build an AI agent to get data out of the emails into their CRM. But the reality is that's a problem that's been solved for as long as I've been a technical consultant, if not longer. The goal was to eliminate manual data entry, and that's a great goal. And 100% all businesses need to have this goal. But here's what they didn't understand about why an AI agent was the wrong solution. First of all, this problem's been solved long before AI agents existed through simple automations and integrations between email platforms and CRMs. This is not a new technology and this is not a new problem, and it does not take an AI agent to fix it. Secondly, for AI agents specifically, when I asked them where their current process documentation was and how they decide what to pull from what email and where that should go in the CRM, what the rules were, so to speak, they had zero documentation. And the entire process lived in someone's head. And you cannot teach an AI agent what you haven't documented for yourself. And lastly, when I gave them the actual answer, that they could simply set this up through an integration and a series of automations, they weren't excited because it wasn't sexy. It wasn't the shiny new thing. But here's where it gets really ironic, because I did actually give them a great use case for their AI agent in their business, because they had hundreds of blogs that could be repurposed, not only for ranking in AI search, but also to create social media posts and repurpose all of that content to expand their digital footprint. And an AI agent would be perfect for a task like this. It's public content, it's already documented, and there are clear rules for what makes it good versus what makes it bad content, which has a massive ROI potential. They weren't interested because they wanted to build their monster truck. And honestly, I couldn't in good conscience take their money because it's going to cost them 10 times more than what they needed. It's going to require 20 times more effort to train it properly, and it's going to break the moment that their processes change. It's going to create more technical debt, not less. And that's not what I do. So we didn't work together. And that business is going to learn the hard way what technical debt actually costs. Because here's what I'm hoping you take away from this, that tech debt is not an IT problem. It's not something that only affects your tech team. It touches every single department in your business, from your marketing in the form of leads being lost and you're missing critical data for targeting or even retargeting. In your sales team, you're losing sales and profit because your team members aren't spending the time to update your CRM so you can make data-driven decisions. Through your service, you're sacrificing client results or even the number of clients that you can help through inefficient processes. And everybody ignores the support department, but it's a goldmine for every single business because nobody likes to listen to complaining, but all of the information being collected by your support team is actually going to make or break your business in the coming years. So over the next 5 weeks in the Tech Debt Detox series, I'm going to show you how tech debt is killing each individual department in your business, and more importantly, what to do about it. Because you might be thinking that more tech is going to solve your problems. You might even be thinking that AI is going to save you money. You might also be thinking that your tech stack is fine and you just need to execute better. And the worst one is you might be thinking you can figure it out for yourself. Because I've spent nearly a decade talking to businesses about tech infrastructure and in every industry that you can imagine. The one thing I will promise you, especially with this AI explosion going on right now, is that the businesses that understand their tech debt now are going to dominate in the future. And those who wait are going to pay me 10 times more later so that we can fix what they broke. What do we do about it? First thing is you got to go get your tech health score. Go figure out where you currently stand and where your struggles really are, because there are 4 pillars. Everything's explained in the tech health outline. But the reality is that you got to figure out where you stand first to figure out where you're going to go. Next, every week, I'm going to be dropping a new video in this series. If it's already out, it's going to be linked right here. But if not yet, add yourself to the list of the Tech Debt Detox. And you're going to be the first to know when the next video drops so that you know how to start 2026 tech debt free, because it is costing you money in ways I know you haven't even realized yet. Because the fact is, sometimes AI is the answer, but most of the time, you just need a better tech setup. You need the right tools, talking to each other, you need proper automations, and you need a system that actually works. And if you want to lean on someone who's built this stuff for nearly a decade to show you what you're missing, then I'm the Business Cowgirl, and I'll see you next week for how your technical debt is actually killing your marketing profitability. Don't start 2026 in technical debt. Let's just fix this thing. See you there.